So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I have the pleasure in interviewing the General Secretary, National Secretary, Organizing Secretary for Afenifere Worldwide, Otunba Kole Omololu. Welcome to the show on Citizen AY. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Ayo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If you mind. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate. That is the National Organizing Secretary for Afenifere. Now, many of us are not aware of the role Afenifere plays in our national life. In fact, the history from before the democratic dispensation. I wonder if you could give us a little bit of an insight into Afenifere briefly, what it stands for, and how pivotal it is in the life of Yoruba people specifically.
Thank you, Ayo. Thank you for this. It's a privilege of being able to come here and explain who we are. And Yoruba says, if you don't know where you are coming from, you know where you're going to. You should know who you are. Yeah, Afenifere as an organization and as a philosophy started in 1951 by what we would call our second Oduduwa, late Chief Afenifere Awolowo. He used his political party, Action Group, to try to contest for election. And in order to sell this political party in the western part of Nigeria, he has to resonate. The party has to resonate with the people. And the majority of people are not well learned in the Western education. So we should speak the Yoruba language to them. So Action Group as a party was a national party. Won election across Nigeria. It was not only for Yoruba land, But Yoruba land is a catchment area where Obafemi will come from, and you must win very well your catchment area. So, and now we went to town. It was just since we want the good for others, and we want the good for ourselves.
Yes.
So we now translate it to how they to fail, to fairly. That's how Afenifere came to be. The idea came forward by one of the members, Chief Adisa Akinloye. That is how Action Group was being sold in the southwest, not south, we don't call it southwest, in the western part of Nigeria. Afenifere, Egbe Olopa Afenifere, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn tó fẹ́ rí fún yàn, tó fẹ́ rí fún àwọn. That is how we became, and then we started. There were other groups, other political parties, the NCNC, led by Nnamdi Azikiwe. They were all gunning for power, But now Afenifere started development. The first thing is, I listen. We want to liberate our people from ignorance. Let us give them education. Afenifere give our people free education unheard of. An example is the former king of the Deji of Akure, Baba Awolowo. You mean the 60 children I have, that they are going to farm with me, that I don't have money to train them? You mean the government will train them free? Baba Awolowo said, that is what Afenifere is all about. If that is the case, I'm one of you. And that is how most fathers became Afenifere. And then it started. They now look after the downtrodden. They look after the downtrodden, they look after the farmers. Everything they want the rich to be rich, but the poor must not be getting poorer. The poor must be looked after. That is how Afenifere became synonymous with Yoruba aspiration. That is why most Yoruba, you cannot talk to anybody in any other political party other than Afenifere. It was not set out to be a Yoruba thing, but it evolved exactly. The yearning of the Yoruba people, Afenifere has started. So that's how it becomes. Whether you are a member of any party or political party, you must believe in what Afenifere believes in. This is what has been preparing us up to 1966, when the military came and destroyed everything and made Nigeria a unitary state and ban every political party, ban Afenifere, ban this, ban that, you know. So not until later, and the day. But the people who were Afenifere members in the Southwest, they did not leave each other. They were still meeting.
Okay.
They were not able to call it Afenifere then, you know, so, but because the military has banned it, you know, so, but they were still meeting. Afenifere now, you know, even as at 1979, they were not able to come out using the word Afenifere. They used Committee of Friends. Yeah.
Okay, it was a code for Afenifere.
Code, yeah, but nonetheless, anybody, all the leaders, everybody in Yoruba land knows, I want you Afenifere in the league.
Yes.
This I do. So, we were able to boldly use the word Afenifere in 1999 now to propel Alliance for Democracy.
Okay.
Yes, you know, we have a party called Alliance for Democracy, and the way we use Afenifere to sell Action Group, we use it to sell Alliance for Democracy.
Okay.
You know, so that's what all those who are chairman of Afenifere in the States became the chairman of Alliance for Democracy. Or if you want to go to the National Assembly, you want to be governor, you must be a member of Afenifere. So that's how Afenifere has been until we lost election in 2003. And people started, you know, things started falling apart, you know. People are just doing their own thing. So the unity that Afenifere wants for Yoruba nation was not powerful enough because we don't have government backing to do it. But now, as the National Organizing Secretary, before we come to this, I've told you why I'm doing what I am doing.
Yes. I would like to, if I may interject, it's obvious from the way you're speaking about it, I can sense a passion, a deep-seated passion. Where does that passion come from? Because, and actually, I must say, I have to congratulate you on the fact that you've been able to hold the different facets of Afenifere together during all this obviously turbulent time. And how you've been, so how has your passion, where did that come from? And how was that passion, manifested in your action, in your role as a national organizing secretary for national Afenifere worldwide? How was that manifested?
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, while I was in this country, in the United Kingdom, I realized the last group, those who met under Baba Fela was several times in 1946 when they established Otunba. After then, when Baba has gone, people here, they didn't bother with what is going on. Everybody was just studying or working, doing their own thing. But I just realized, listen, we cannot be here. What Baba Awolowo did, some of us have to do here. That's how we established Afenifere in this country.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing that here first time. Wow.
We established Afenifere in this country. No, we cannot be here, and things are going on. We look at the Jewish nation. Everywhere they are in the world, they are organized to help Israel. They are the most powerful in America. You know, so why are we not using that brand Afenifere to help our own people in Nigeria? That's how Afenifere came to be in the United Kingdom. And then before then, I was born into, my father was a fanatical Afenifere. In an enclave of NCNC. There was a party called NCNC, which was the party ruling Nigeria from 1960. My father's family was the first minister of communications. Chief Olu Akinfosile, he was NCNC. So my town, 90% of my town were NCNC people, because their son was a minister. But my father refused to say, no, I am an Awolowo person. If you get to my father's house, the emblem of Action Group is palm tree. Okay?
Yes.
So in order to distinguish my father's house in our village, you see 2 palm trees in front of his house. So we are born into it. Okay. So it's not something that is that we just pick up from. So this selfless service for a nation, believing a principle that Yoruba is part of world history, is what we grew up to know. So that's why I'm doing it. It's not for anything. And then again, you know where I was here? One, I was in the university. A friend, a law undergraduate, no, in final year undergraduate, his name is called Uche. We call him Uche. Chibudan Uche. Yeah? He now called me and said, listen, Omololu. I said, what is that? I said, he's Yoruba people. You don't know yourself. I said, what do you mean? He said, you are the one called Nigeria. You are the one called Nigeria anywhere. You are the one propelling Nigeria name. The likes of Wole Soyinka, the likes of Afenifere Awolowo, the likes of this. If we go to London now, we went to USA and Wales. If we go to London now, you want to go and renew your passport, it is the house of Afenifere Awolowo, but that is being used by Nigeria. So you don't know yourself. Oh. Well, I listened to him, and then I just sat back. And then I was in my office on the Old Kent Road. A friend of mine, an Igbo friend, Nelson, may God he bless his soul, now he's dead now, a medical doctor, he said, I have just read a book, a declassified information from Webster Library about Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle, because of the short of time in this interview, people should go and find out what Bermuda Triangle is, that when a plane flies so low, the plane will crash. Yes. If ship should go there, the compass goes crazy, it loses its direction. Why is this thing happening? Then the Western world, they went underground with their submarine and go and find out what is happening. By the time they came out, they realized a war has existed in that place before. Artifacts that were brought out from that place, by the time they conjure and analyze the artifact resemble that of Ife, for Yoruba people. Wow. That means it is Yoruba people that has lived in this place called Bermuda Triangle. Wow. So what happened? Well, scientific people to do that, why they leave the place. Maybe they are too powerful, maybe their power was contended with God, I don't know. You know, these are the kind of things that I had. I say, yeah, so this is who I am. So I am part of world history. Wow. And then lastly, my brother, I look at the Jewish people. Their source, they are so proud of who they are. Oh, no, I am a son of Abraham. When I look at other races in Nigeria, nobody can say this. That the whole of the Yoruba people will say they have, the whole of the Jewish people, they say they have the same source. It is the Yoruba people again that has it. I am a son of Oduduwa. Yes. I am an Ikale from Ondo State, but I can trace my history to Ife. Yes. Ogundiyimu from Abeokuta, they trace their history to Ife. People from Ishain, people from Akoko, even Akoko, Oka, everybody, they trace their source to Ife as a son of Oduduwa. You wear this, your agbada. They know it's a Yoruba. Ashoke.
Oh, wonderful! I love it. It's
When the American film giants, when they are representing Africa, they use our dress, Ashoke. So these are the kind of things that I bet them in that so you know, Igbo is not my Igbo. What better? Yes. We are the same. Because culturally and everything, we are far, far above most nations on earth. So, and then again, how do we now realize this and make us a symbol of unity? Because who we are too powerful to be dispersed, not to know who we are. If not, enemy, they will vanquish us. Suppress us, yes. And now we realize that the symbol of unity in Yoruba land is a brand called Afenifere. So it is very, very important that every Yoruba man that is above age of 18 should subscribe to Afenifere philosophy. It has gone beyond political party.
Yes. Indeed.
We used it to sell political party in 1951 up to 1966. But now, it is now. Like the queen or the king, the monarch is a symbol of unity in the United Kingdom. The same thing is Afenifere in Yoruba land. That when Afenifere talks, it's Yoruba that has spoken. So these are what we are working on. A lot of things the military has done so many things to destroy our Omoluabiism. What we have as our nature, Omoluabi, that combine all of us together, the military and its love and its love. So that's what we are rebuilding now. Because, well, Ojoke Elekomedi in Nigeria, and I will say that I'm not going to interpret it.
People will, you can read into that what you, as we can find out. Yes.
It's not being proud, it's not being arrogant, it's not being proud. We know who we are. We've been in existence several thousands of years before Oyibo came and merged with other people. So if that is the case, fine. To Bali Bimi, Femile Boshidami, I am a complete part of world history as a Yoruba person. And I want to maintain that. We want to use Afenifere to maintain that. Every Yoruba in Bahia, in Brazil, they are looking on to Yoruba land as their spiritual home. Grenada, Cuba, or Yotuji in America, they are looking at Yoruba. They are not looking at Nigeria. They are looking at Yoruba land.
Wow.
As their spiritual home. Because most of them are Yoruba taken to slavery.
Yes.
So, why should we not build this Yoruba using the brand Afenifere? We will have so many infighting, but that should not distract us from the goal of the unity.
Of the unity, indeed, absolutely. I wonder if you could spare a moment. You talked about the tumultuous time of Abacha regime. There are people like Gani Fanwemi, Dele Ige, I don't know, Dele Giwa, sorry, and the likes that suffered really difficult times, and even some of the present leadership. Could you speak? Is Afenifere remembering? Will Afenifere do like a memorial for those people, because they are part of core struggle for us to even achieve what can be said to have achieved now with Tinubu being the president?
I can agree. Oh, yes, thank you for mentioning even Tinubu. You know, because he was part of the struggle, very, very serious part of the struggle. Thank you for this. Is part of the program that Afenifere has in mind to prosecute now. Thank God most of these heroes, some of them are still alive. Some of them died in the struggle. Abacha's men killed a lot of them. You know, the likes of Babadi Bajo is still alive.
Yes.
The likes of Baba Olufala is still alive. The likes of Baba Fashion is still alive. Those who are jailed for protecting democracy.
Actually, as well.
Yes. All those that have died and those still alive, by the grace of God. Thank you for bringing this up. It's part of those things we will discuss at the next caucus meeting of Afenifere as part of the program.
Fantastic.
That we will institute now. That we must, those who are still alive and those who are dead, we must let the world know the role they play in entrenching democracy for us. You know, thank God, Bola Tinubu is the first democratic part of those who struggle for this democracy.
Indeed.
That become president now. The rest, they were military. They were eating and dining with the military. They just took power. That is why they didn't know what to do with the power. The Sovereign National Conference we want, they couldn't do it. The 2014 conference in Abuja, because they didn't suffer for democracy. So they didn't know the sweetness.
No.
They just grab it.
Very, very
So they didn't do it. We just pray that Bola Tinubu who suffered for democracy, he will know what he wants. And those are the things. What? He won election in Lagos State using Afenifere manifesto. For restructuring, yes. He was Afenifere governor for 8 years. It was Afenifere that gave him ticket to be governor in Lagos State. Oh yes. Oh yes. So that is why when we are talking, when we say Bola is our Arawadi, a lot of people don't know what Afenifere stand for. It's what Bola Tinubu stand for. It's only tactics, how to get there. That's honest. Even husband and wife, they have different tactics of getting into a destination. He believes that we must get the power for all to be able. All these noble ideas will go for our people. If you don't have political power at the center, there's no way you'll be able to implement it. Yeah. You can't restructure Nigeria if you are not at this federal level. You can't give us demolition if you are not at the federal level.
I'm really glad that you actually touched on the word, because I was going to move on to the role of Afenifere, because before, I must admit, as a confirmed Yoruba Nation activist that I still am, when I heard the word devolution, to me it sounded like a trying to not quite go full out for Yoruba Nation, or trying to sort of accept something that was not, going to work.
Let me tell you, Yoruba is a nation. Nigeria is a united nation. Is a united state of many nations. So it is a fact that we are a nation, for God's sake. Yoruba is a nation within Nigeria. We are in the United Kingdom now.
Yes.
United Kingdom. England is a nation within the United Kingdom. Scotland is a nation within the United Kingdom. Welsh.
Yeah, the Wales, yeah.
They are a nation. Even the smallest part of Ireland, called Northern Ireland,
yes,
they are Irish.
Yes.
Scottish are Scottish. English are English. Yes. Welsh are Welsh. They don't pretend to be English. So the same thing in Nigeria. Yoruba is a nation. So, and then again, by the time we attain independence, we were a full-fledged, devolved nation within Nigeria. We had power to do so many things. It's the military that came and stopped this process. We were a federal Nigeria. There are many things you don't need to go to Lagos when Lagos was the capital. From Ibadan, which was our political headquarters. You don't need Lagos. Everything stops at Ibadan, like education. Then, that's why we were able to build the Afenifere University, then called University of Ife. It's the power, it's the constitutional power that we had. You want to get married, then you don't need federal registry. Yoruba land has their own high court, and it stops there. So those are the things that a nation is, until the military needed a unitary system. Every power, every authority comes from the center. And then it's because those who are administering the constitution up to 1979 to 1999, they were these military people, the mentality of the military. That's why what we have is not the constitution of the people.
No.
It's the constitution of the military. So that's why we are asking for the constitution of the people. Just because Yoruba in Western Nigeria, we are the aborigines of Nigeria. We are the one that is close to water. So every other person, especially from our brother and sister from the north, they came to meet us.
Yes.
So that we are going to leave Nigeria for anybody, forget it. They better leave Nigeria for us. So, Yoruba nation, yes. Let me tell you, look at the United Arab Emirates. You want to travel to Dubai now, You don't say you want to go to US. I'm going to Dubai. A lot of people don't even know that Dubai is just an emirate or a state or a region within United Arab Emirates. It's part of a country. That's what we are building. That's what Afenifere is saying we should go back to. We were like that before.
Okay.
So let us go back there. Yes, within Nigeria. We don't want to have a passport to travel to Kano. I don't want to have, my father used to trade in bicycle. He would travel to Aba. Travel to Aba and go and buy a bicycle and selling it to people. You know, so we don't need this. So we can cooperate on that. So gradually, and I tell you again, I am not new to how this country evolved, how Scotland evolved to be what it is today. How Northern Ireland evolved to be what it is today. They negotiated it to have a devolved power. It's like a prime minister running Scotland now.
Yes.
The first minister is like a prime minister.
It's like a prime minister, indeed.
The Bank of England is Bank of England. The Bank of Scotland is Bank of Scotland. They have their currency. So these are the kind of things we have in the Yoruba nation.
Okay.
Yes, there's nothing wrong in an outright nation, but umila mate.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong.
Yes.
Because I know the concern of our people. If you are dealing with people who are culturally diverse from you, who their thinking is not the same like you want to be on your own. I agree with that totally. But let us take it gradually. Even when it comes time, it's going to be, we are going to sit and negotiate. Those who are, okay, you be on your own, you be on your own, we cannot cooperate. It doesn't have to be bloodshed. And it's not something you can get overnight,
No.
all this thing. Because our oppressors don't want it. Because they are benefiting from the wrong military constitution. So they don't want it. So we have to be negotiating it gradually. I even help them. We need to help those who are less privileged, especially from other parts of Nigeria. God has endowed us so much. We are highly educated. We are highly industrialized. We have financial base and everything. So you don't blame those who don't want us to be independent. You don't blame them. But again, let us sit down as people with wisdom and education.
Okay. Thank you very much for the explanation in terms of devolution, and in fact, the scope that you covered really makes a lot of sense. And the words that you used there, that's a word that I think many of us should really hold on to in the discussion for Yoruba Nation. We are for Yoruba Nation, but you can see that it's like, dear approach is something that we need to look into again. I can't overemphasize that. Now, in terms of Afenifere and the youth, how, because obviously, I'm glad you've given us a bit of info now in terms of the history. Now the practical steps now is about engaging the youth within the structures of Afenifere to such an extent that every community, every village will know and have that presence of Afenifere. Is that something, how is that being envisaged within Afenifere?
It's not a novel idea. I told you I was born into Afenifere.
Yes.
So Afenifere before, every village, everybody, the youth, everybody know what Afenifere is. So that's what we want to bring back now to the consciousness of our people, especially the youth who have not known anything other than military rule. It's not their fault. So a lot of reorientation has to take place. A lot of steps, and I thank you guys in the press here who are doing a lot. You, David Hamilton,
Yes.
Irilu,
and
Abigade,
Frank Pillow,
Frank, yes,
and others.
Yes, I thank you very much for the job you are doing. So it is you that we will rely on one EBT and DSL debate. And you learn once you get the understanding of where we are going and what Afenifere means, it is you that will rely on to do this serious propaganda for us and let people know this. And it's a sacrifice. Yeah. It's not we are to get at you.
So one second, please. 1 second. There's a call that I need to take. There you go. Just quickly. Okay. Obviously, you can see that we are really taking the time of the National Secretary for Afenifere when calls are coming in. So please do bear with us. But that has, and thank you for giving us the time.
Okay.
Once again.
Thank you.
So yeah, you were talking about the youths.
Yeah, the youths. You know. So in Nigeria now, when you say Baba, you know what I mean? It's just the perception. You know, I became a Afenifere leader in this country. I was not Baba now. I was not Baba. No. You know, I think I was close to going to 40. And then Yinka Otunba Kole died.
Oh, may so rest in peace. Yes, I spoke to him. I had the opportunity to
no, the boy was just a young boy. Wow. That boy died at 50 something.
Oh, so sad.
And his name has been around since when he was in 30s. You know, so we have a lot of young people. And then those who became governor in 1999 or so, like the likes of Ni Adebayo, they were young. They are very young. Then, you know, it's just for the youth now to come and be part of it. Fortunately, I am in charge of bringing in people as the National Organizing Secretary.
Yes.
You know, so I can be reached through you.
Yes.
Through Erilu.
Yes.
Through Akogun.
Yes.
And the rest. You know, so I can be reached through that. And then the power to establish branches. That is under me too. You know, so we want, especially our children that are born here. There is no Jewish children that does not know anything about Jewish society. Yeah. They call it Jewish Congress. Yes. So from day one, they introduce their children to it. You know? Indeed. Yes. My kids call me Baba Afenifere because from day one, my last one, she grew up to know Daddy Afenifere. You know, my daughter had just come. Usually, she would want to take a bouquet of flower. Yeah. When my brother is coming, go and meet him. At the airport. Yes. Okay. It's my daughter. So you know, maybe she was 5 or that time then to go and give it to Baba. So they are very much. Oh, that's good. You know, they are very much. They know Afenifere extremely very well. They have resigned to it that I am Afenifere comfort, even over my walk, over my life. You know, so I said, well, you know, so once they are aware of it and you make them enjoy it, definitely they will. So I need help. Yeah, we'll Afenifere need help in all this area, you know, to make sure our youths are involved. Most of them, if you see them now, they're coming to Nigeria now. Majority of our English, British kids, they come to Nigeria, they survive because they realize, hey, a lot of opportunities are here. You know, if here now, things are too tight now. If you don't have this white skin here, it's not easy. So, but where you are not being discriminated against, you know, why don't you come there?
Very, very salient point.
Yeah, why don't you come there? You know, things are getting better gradually. I give kudos to the state of Lagos state government. That one is making things, at least everybody coming before you go to your own state, before you go to Abeokuta, you come to Lagos first. So once Lagos, you see that Lagos is doing well, you'll be all right to come home. Okay. You don't have to travel very far. Even the closest will stay there, you know. So if you don't want to, you don't have to be in Lagos. You know, although Ogun State is coming out. Exactly. It's taking advantage of Lagos Metro Road, but things are spread all over. Because so we appeal to the youths to please join us. We are there. I'm still an older youth compared to our leaders.
Yes.
Our leader is 98
Wow.
this year.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Glory of God.
Amazing.
The grace of God on them. You know, their brain is as sharp as ever. Oba Olufala is, I think, it's 86 this year.
Wow. Wow.
Let any economist sit down. A 30 years economist sit down with that man. He will beat you hands down.
Wow.
We have them. We have Professor Balaji Akeyemi, a guru in diplomacy. We have a wartime general, Alani Akinrade. You have General Olubajoa, and many others like that. They are not young people, but their brain is still as sharp as that of the eagle.
You when you're mentioning all those names, I can't help a name comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Professor Banjaki
Oh.
as well is also part of Afenifere. Yeah, that's I just want to mention.
Those are the ones called Afenifere. A lot of people don't know Prof. Those are the right-hand people of Obafemi Awolowo,
Yes.
the intellectual base of Obafemi Awolowo. Those are the ones Baba will say, oh yeah, Banji, I need to ask you to go to Brazil and get something for me. Within 2 days, he will be there. He said, I want you to finish, Banji. Are you coming to Nigeria? I said, I'm on my way tomorrow, sir.
Wow.
No, Banji, I have something to do in Bulgaria. You have to go there. You are the one that can do it for me. Yes, sir. Wow. So those ones grew up in the time of service to their nation and absolute loyalty to the leader. Those are the people. Young people nowadays, we don't know them. We don't know where they are coming from. Those are the people who are ready to lay down their life for Yoruba nation during the time of war here. Those are the people who defended Afenifere Action Group to the third. Those are professor. And he was our chairman political committee before he set up this Yoruba nation.
Yes.
His place in Afenifere as a leader is still ever constant. And he has never forsaken.
Okay.
He is not Afenifere.
No.
He respects his leader, Baba Fashionati, as his leader. He grew up under him, and he under Baba Fashionati, you know, they are Ikita-Kure people, so they grew up together. So he knows Baba Fashionati very, very well. You know, so he respects him as his leader. You know, so Professor Banji Akitoye, and he's my father too, you know.
Of course. I'm conscious of time.
Yes.
I wanted to ask two more questions.
Go ahead.
One, in terms of, clearly we can see that the Constitution is not working. What is the position of Afenifere on redrawing the Constitution and maybe having, this might be controversial, a referendum clause in that mix? Is that something that they're looking into?
If you remember, we had a conference in 2014. All this position, all this recommendation are in that document.
Oh well.
And Afenifere is still insisting, go and implement that.
Okay.
And then again, if you look at the El-Rufai report in APC, it's more or less a copycat
of the
2014.
Indeed.
But those who are behind it were the likes of Bola Tinubu. That is why Buhari said, I'm not implementing this, so this is Afenifere Constitution. That is why, yes.
Okay.
He said, I show you people, Bola Tinubu, I show Afenifere, this, But now, our plea to him now, you are now the president. Your input into El-Rufai and the 2014 is now time for you to implement it.
Okay.
The Remember, he met us in February 28th.
Yes, I was going to say, that's another thing too. Okay,
Yes,
You had a closed-door meeting?
A closed-door meeting.
Okay.
You know.
Anything you want to share with us? You don't have to. Anything you want to share?
You know, fortunately, I was even the.
Yes,
I
you
was
were
in
chairing.
charge.
I saw. Yeah, you were.
You saw me.
I saw the pictures and you welcome him and you were speaking.
His appeal to us is that, listen, everything here is doable, but take it gradually. We are not the only Nigeria. Yoruba is not the only Nigerian. So we have to bring everybody along to get this thing done. You want to do restructure? Of course. He used the word, what is good for the good is good for the
Ghana.
It's his own language.
Yes, I recall.
So why would we not do it? Yeah. So, but it's a gradual step. He used the word like a child. Just don't. The child will wobble and fall. Yeah. If you try to run, you will fall. So I just plead with him in time and give him the support. Okay. It's not something that will be rushed. You can see a lot of shenanigans about it rapidly. They are beginning to see that, this man wants to make Nigeria good. This one wants to disturb the way we eat. And they are fighting back.
Corruption is fighting back.
Fighting back. Look at what Senator Ningi going through. That is treason. That was treason. Fabricated lies against the government. You know it's not true. Inciting hatred against the president, against the Senate, against the government. You can see them. And thank God he's alone. A lot of his contemporaries from the north, they dissociated themselves from it.
And Indume was, he sort of said
yes. So, means that there are some people who hate Bola Tinubu, who hate his gods and what he's doing. So our own, they come from our stock. So we should be the one to please support him. But that is not given, it's not given the fact that we will not
question him.
Like a statement he made in Niger State. Although when the leader talk, you must analyze the leader. Most of his things, when I start back and analyze it, it's not as it is in the public.
Okay, so there's another meaning behind it in
of course way. Now, there are languages, there is vocabulary he will not use, so that he will not upset things. He will not rock the boat. Definitely, he will not allow Ruga or any cattle this thing. He will not do it. And that's not what we say. He said they should give land for cattle. What did he say? No. So, not for cattle rearing for. It's the only in a sentiment like that. It's not only cattle.
No.
It's a livestock, exactly.
Livestock, yeah.
It's a livestock. Fish is livestock.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicken is livestock.
Exactly.
And many other things.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's talking about.
Exactly.
So, but wherever, if we cannot understand what he says immediately, but we have said it to him. Listen, whatever you say, don't bring Ruga.
Yeah.
Yoruba land will never
accept it.
Any cow colony or whatever will not accept it. So we have said that.
Okay.
So
thank you very much. Thank you for that detailed answer. Yes. One more thing I'd like to touch on, and this is to do with our community, our people. And again, this is my own question in a way. It's to do with our people's lack of knowledge about the power they possess within even this faulty constitution. I've done something whereby I've translated the large parts of the constitution into Yoruba, and one of the key areas for section 14.2a and 14.2c, I'll say it in Yoruba for people who are listening, and you'll have to go and check that. I might translate it later on. 14.2a states, ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn èèyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ níjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. I deliberately translated that into Yoruba from English, which says sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. I deliberately translated it into Yoruba because I wanted the people, the market women, the farmers, the going sellers, the organizers, the buka owners, the hairdressers, to know the constitution and the language. Because I think a lot of people, when it's not in your language, you are removed from that constitution. And they almost, those who are in power can impose things on you at will, knowing you're not going to question it. I wonder, is that something, how do you think that can be something to be looked into from a Afenifere point of view?
Yes, first and foremost, the constitution we are operating now is not people's constitution. So it's fraud.
It is a fraud, exactly. It is a fraud.
That area you quoted.
Yes, it is a
fraud. Fraud.
It is. You're right, yes.
So that is why it's still military imposed constitution. They say that, but yeah, they are oppressing us.
Exactly. Exactly.
People has no say in whatever they are doing. They get away with murder.
That's the reality of it.
If the market women want to ask for their right, they murder them. You moon them down. So that is why a new constitution is very, very important.
In the meantime, between that gap between whilst we're waiting for the constitution and the rewriting and all that, how are that's why I thought if they knew at least they could somehow speak to those in power.
And then again, and then again, and that is why again Afenifere must be encouraged seriously. A power of unity is so powerful against any tyrant. Once we are united, we get what we want.
Okay.
And with any voice we speak, no matter the constitution, whether even Abacha was a tyrant, he was a military dictator, we defeated him. Talk less of a fraud that can be unveiled and then we defeated. So for now, let us be seriously united and using the brand. I keep on saying Afenifere. All this splinter group here and there, will not help us. But even if you have splinter group, subscribe to Afenifere. So when Afenifere speaks, then the world knows, the government knows, the power knows that several millions of people are the ones speaking. So once that is in place, there is nothing any oppressor can do. Once we have a demand, we will get what we want as a united force. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to thank you so much for giving us the time. I'm sure there will be more questions that we can ask, and I would love to come back and ask and follow progress of things and have more interviews, because this is going to be an ongoing project now, because we need the awareness in all our communities, in all the 6 states or 8 states, however you want to put it, so that people can begin to be aware that there is a body that we can reach in terms of, for Yoruba interest. Do you have a website? Do you have mention them for us?
Oh yes, for now, yes, I can still be reached personally on my phone. Our website, we are updating it now.
Okay.
And I think the thing will come up soon, very, very, very soon. Okay. But for now, remember, we have a structure. Okay. Afenifere. The leader of Afenifere worldwide is Chief Ruben Fashonote. Yes. Now we have tried to structure Afenifere to be a collegiate leadership. And then we set up what it calls Afenifere Yoruba Elders Caucus. So those will be the one speaking, the leaders and the elders speaking for us. You have the leader of Afenifere as the chairman, which is Ruben Fashonote. You have the likes of Baba Adebanjo as a member. You have Baba Olufala as a member. You have General Lubajowa, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, Professor Banji Akitoye, Archbishop Ayoladi Bolu, and Prince Olushi from Lagos, Dr. Fini from Lagos, from CEO Adebayo from Kwara, and many other leaders like that. I think there are just about 21 or 22 now. All those very powerful individual who has made world name for themselves, who any Yoruba will see and say yes. Ani Baba. Baba or Baba or Baba. You know, so,
Yes.
so those groups will be coming once in a while and have the audience with the Yoruba people. You know, apart from those of us who are executive,
Yes.
who are just the workers,
Mhm.
we are escorts,
Mhm.
workers. But the real leaders are those ones.
So we would definitely love to have more interactions, and we want people to start, seeing Afenifere in the vein it should be seen in the right context, because I think one of the things that has been very clear is that there has been a sort of people may Afenifere is definitely doing things in the background to try and make things better for us all, but the general public have not been aware of it. And I think that's where this is a happy medium for us to engage. And I'm hoping that those of you who will be watching this will share this broadcast, get engaged, get in touch. And once you get the website, we will have it and we'll be sharing it. And we'll be doing more programs. So for now, I want to say thank you very much, sir. It is a real pleasure speaking to you. I have learned a thing or two today that sort of let my mouth open and wide, and wow, I didn't know this. And that's what we need to do. We need to learn. And for our youth, please, we need you. You are the future. And you need to be part of this process to realize the Yoruba nation of your dreams. You need to play your role in it. So we encourage you, do not be a bystander. We need your voice. We need you to add your ideas and suggestions. And of course, remembering our ethos, always respecting our elders, always Omoluabi, those kind of things. Those are very key things that are part and parcel of who we are. We should wear it like a gown, a wonderful gown that represents Yoruba people. So please, the infighting, we'll come and talk about that a little bit later on. But
everywhere.
We need to really put that down. Right now, we need our unity very much, like my brother, my father said here, and it is really important that all of us please join hands. Let us promote Afenifere, and of course, you can have other organizations, but you can see the connection with the governance, in the sense that even Tinubu, who is our president now, came from Afenifere. So you cannot separate that. That is the reality. We need to work with that to achieve our common goal. We want Yoruba land. It can be Yoruba land within Nigeria, a first step. And then, who knows? For now, I want to thank you very much. Parting word from you before you leave, sir.
Thank you very much, the parting word is like what I just said, a Yoruba land within Nigeria, like Scotland within United Kingdom, Wales within United Kingdom. I keep on saying it step by step. Umilamate, Kato Tenyo. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much. I think we'll put a stop to it here. You'll be seeing this video, and it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for giving us the time. The phone has been going crazy here, so you can see he's the National Secretary. It's getting calls. I mean, with time we'll be talking, it can count countless calls. But thank you all so much. For now, it's bye from here. Citizen White here, the platform where we speak to the power. Thank you very much. I'll be back later on. Bye.